This is the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Facilities Committee meeting. I am Ray Bergarelli, the chair, joined by Mr. John DeRay, joined by Ms. Kimberly Roaring, and joined by the firms of Jacobs and CS Arts. Gentlemen, if you can introduce yourselves.
My name is Tom Ritzenthaler with CS Arch. Tom Ritzenthaler with CS Arch.
And Warren Sackman with Jacobs.
Thank you. First up, we have agenda item 1.01, capital project update. Do we want to start there? Okay, please proceed.
Happy to do so.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty full agenda here. We're going to go through the locker room renovation project, the new CTE building. I'm sure everyone's excited about it. We're going to give you a budget review of CTE, talk about the New Windsor Elementary School project, which is just getting underway. And then Warren's going to talk a little bit about Prop 5s, and then we're going to go through and do a recap of the entire 2019 proposition budget.
Thank you.
So let's start with the locker rooms. I think we all understand the locker rooms are on the lower level, just below the gym level. This area designates the area that's being got renovated for the new boys locker room, boys team room, and girls team room. Here you can see the layout. So to the left you have a girls team room. It's bifurcated by a new corridor which connects through to a storage area and actually the upper gymnasium as well. In the center area you have the boys locker room, and then to the right you have a boys team room. The areas in orange are male and female coaches' offices. So we've gone through the schedule many times. We did begin construction May of this year, and we are still anticipating a November 20th completion date. So we're a few weeks away from being complete. We'll show you some photographs of where we are in process. We will have about a month or a month and a half of closeout. That always lags a little bit after we get the substantial completion, do our punch list items, and then get all of the warranty and other paperwork to close the project out. So here you can see photos from September 11th, this past week. You can see a lot of the block work is continuing. A lot of the duct work is in place. Floors have all been pretty much, for the most part, leveled. A lot of things are on order, locker rooms are on track, and a lot of the plumbing is in place. Go to some of the other photographs. So here you can see plumbing in place for the toileting in the boys' locker room. Beyond that are shower areas, both for handicapped as well as regular shower units. So you want to...
Okay. All right, so now we're going to speak to the change orders to date. This slide represents the general contractor's potential change orders that have been placed. You can see that there was additional slab trenching to the tune of $15,000. We were able to find a credit for the FRP door at the Louvre for the amount of $14,900. And there's additional millwork required in the laundry room, which brings us another roughly $1,880, I guess, as well. So the total balance of that is $2,247.13 at this time. These change orders, I think, still have to be processed. So that's why it's under potential change orders. Next slide. Here is the electrical contractor. This project is a multi-prime, so we're going to go through the next 2 primes after this as well. So the electrical contractor has a few change orders up. There was a panel feeder that was found for $9,635. That was actually, I think, since negotiated down a little bit further. And then there was an added 3-way switch for one of the rooms, and a trough relocation on demolition that needed to be moved during the demolition period. So that's those are the other change orders. Here we have the mechanical contractors' proposed change orders. It was the freezing the existing steam line that was proposed to avoid having to drain the whole system and maybe avoid any potential, leaky valves and this and that issues, I guess, within the building from startup. So that was priced, I think, since, and it's for about $12,000, and I think it went forward, just to keep you up to date. All right. Here's the plumbing contractor. The proposed change order here is for a pipe that was found upon slab removal. The pipe existed below the slab. It was cracked and unable to use, so they replaced the pipe, and this was the value that they asserted to that change.
And you can see as these get issued, these change orders will all be issued against the allowances that we're carrying in the contracts.
Right. Correct.
Any questions on the locker room?
Question on the November 5th or November completion date. Will our students be able to use it in November as you're going through the punch list and closeout?
So typically, they would be able to use that. The November 20th is the target, so that we have it available for winter sports. The punch list work would be done around the student use.
Yeah, so we'll document everything that is relative to change orders so that they can't come back and claim it was damaged from district use. So we'll be very careful to make sure that we're accounting for that.
Okay. Thank you.
So moving on to CTE, of course, we all have seen these drawings previously. This is the site-related drawing, the floor plans, of course, and I won't belabor and go through each of the areas because I want to update you on where we are with the construction. Third floor, and there's the rendering from the front from West Street. So again, we are anticipating our completion July of next year, giving the district a month to do move-in and startup of all the relevant systems. There's a lot to do there. A month is really, and hopefully we can finish a little early, but right now that is the target. It's been an aggressive schedule to begin with, and then opening the building in September. Show you where we are to date. These were taken on the 8th. You can see the masonry at the exterior is really coming along nicely and moving around the building. This is the interior courtyard, which will serve as a student dining space in really good weather in the summer. So it gives them some more room for the cafeteria use. Some of the upper corridors, you can see these are single loaded corridors, so we get nice natural light throughout the building. It's really, really nice in this one wing of the building. Some of the interior spaces, one of the classrooms, you can see boards going up, moving along very, very nicely. This is toward the north. This is the 3-story tower. You can see this is kind of the later phased parts of the construction as they sequence through the building. So this is the secondary security entrance at the south end of the building. So we'll go through the budget. Oh, where did the aerials go?
I thought there were the aerials were supposed to be in there, so I apologize.
Oh, I had lovely aerials. So we drone flight the building every month to track the construction. And those are all also available for your website as well. We're going to be doing a website update for the district for the projects so that we get that information current for the community. So I apologize the aerials were not in this because they really give you a different perspective of the building.
All right, so here we can see this is a little repetitive from what's been shared before, but that Pike's awarded contracts value is $70,484,000. Here are the state contracts. I think this is largely unchanged for another $4,152,812.09. And you can see the total hard cost as well. Here we are just showing the total of all the approved change orders, previous and new, for $1,954,063. And it looks like we have an allowance used for unsuitable soil for $100,000. And you can see our total construction cost is $81,069,084.37. And our total remaining contingency for this project is $5,509,617.66.
Any questions on CTE?
On the contingency, the 5.5, since the building is substantially there at the moment, do you anticipate, I'm going to say, tapping into that 5.5?
We're getting to the point where a lot of things are, there's not a lot of unknown left, right? Even though it's a new build, so I don't expect that we're.
And I expect that my answer would be somewhat, but not 5.5.
Obviously, we'll probably have a few things here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't expect we're using much of any of that.
Thank you.
So we'll move on to the New Windsor Elementary School. As you know, the board approved the contracts August 26th. So thank you very much. We're moving along. And anticipated start of construction was actually 2 days from now. We're getting everybody mobilized. And obviously, we're trying to make sure that the site work contractor, the first thing that they're tackling is the temporary bus loop, as well as the corrections to some of the stormwater plan that were adversely affecting our neighbors. So we want to make sure that gets addressed right away. So we want to be good neighbors. Again, looking at upgrades for B, C, D, and E, and the renovations to Area B, August 15th of next year. Again, this is a phased construction because, we obviously have a building that's active and in use. Building swing space planned for January 31st of 27, and then substantial completion in May of 27. So, and then close out of the project August of 2027. So it'll be, I think the community will be happy to start seeing this building come out of the ground since the tower went down. I don't know if you want to go through some of these.
Sure. Just so in this slide, we see Area A, which is the new wing in that pink hashed spot. You'll see that's all going to be new construction. Area B is set for this September. We intend to start there by cordoning off the area with a temporary wall to protect the students, staff, people, and public, I guess, from construction activities. I met with the general contractor today. He brought a subcontractor along with him to review that wall to get started. So things are progressing, and we can keep going, I guess.
Yeah, I just wanted you to be aware this little piece here was left on the building, that's being demolished. And that really sets the new plan in place. So that was a big change that was made to not force us into a courtyard scheme, and really made the plan a lot more economical in how it was approached. So that's why we're doing a lot of work to make sure that we're doing all of the safety and protections in place before that piece gets taken down.
Right. So that red line right where we were talking about represents that temp wall, which is probably the first part of this phasing plan, and this intends to kind of show how we want to move forward. With construction from here to the end, you'll see that areas B, C, D, and E, the yellow, will be worked on in second shift. And that is for the mechanical upgrades going into the classrooms. There'll be unit vents. There's other activities to be performed during summer, which will move to first shift in these areas too. So we're gearing up. The electrical contractor, mechanical contractor have started to survey these parts of the school to look at how they're going to proceed with work and get the school in their schedule, and they're starting that up too.
Last little stragglers out.
These are the last parts of the phasing for the project. And then here's site staging and how we plan to attack from the outside out, because there is significant renovations to the parking lot. That's all going to be redone. And you see the temp bus loop is in there. That's going to start work next week, or actually this Saturday. So we're getting moving on that so we can separate the construction zones from where the kids are.
And then before we move to Prop 5, I did want to mention, because it's a project that's not on here, it's our emergency roof project for NFA. You know, that was completed. We did, at the very end of the project, make a change to eliminate the kind of derelict greenhouse that was in that area of the roof. And so that was removed, and with its removal, we had the roofer come back and roof that section that was covered by the greenhouse, as well as we took those doors out to the greenhouse and blocked those in. So that is still a change order that's pending for that project. I think the board was told previously that that project had been closed out. It actually is not closed out. So we have one change order for that last bit of work. And we had some time delay because we were trying to get the roofer back out to add that to the warranty, and we had to get them to inspect that section of roof. So I have one change order process for doing that additional roof work and the work to block up the openings, the former openings into the greenhouse. And then we have a final application. Obviously, we never submitted the final application because we knew we had this change order pending. So we have a final application to the roofing contractor as well to process. So I just wanted the board to be aware of that. So you're going to see that and you're going to say, wait, that was done last summer. So that was the reason. And so you'll see those moving forward, hopefully within the next 1 or 2 board meetings, right?
Is there a value or a cost to the additional change order?
Yeah, that change order was,
75,555, I think.
yeah, for the roofing and the wall, the work to block up the wall, and then roof it over. Was it 75,000?
75,000.
Okay.
We say it's 75?
75,000.
Yeah.
Little more than 75,000.
Thank you.
And then, what was your?
The panelization
Oh.
of the
And then if you remember, obviously, the emergency concrete replacement, when that was complete, we did the punch list review last week, and that's pretty much at this point complete, but we are going to propose replacing the underside of the ceiling of the, I mean, if you've seen how damaged it is, it's a bad shape. So we want to replace it. If you remember, we used a material for, remember when we had the collapsed canopies. I don't know if you were here at that point in time. We had some of the canopies collapse, and we had to replace them all. The ones across the bridge, the ones in front of the planetarium, and we used a material there, and we're going to suggest that we put that same material at the underside, which will be a lot more abuse resistant. And so we're having the contractor price that, and we would propose that be a change order to the emergency concrete project to get that done. There's significant damage under there. It's also affecting your insulation value as well. So that's probably the time to do it. as part of that project, we did lower the landing so that that roof, that underside of that building is farther away. It's still not as far as we would like it, but we got it as far away as we could and still execute that project correctly. But that'll be forthcoming as well.
All right. Without further ado, we'll go to Prop 5, Phase 1. This was work that was performed at Gidney Avenue, Temple Hill, and Meadow Hill. You can see that the submission date to SED was December 2023. We got approval in October 2024. BOE approval for contractors came in January of 2025. Notice to proceed happened in February of 2025. Start of construction began in March 2025. Anticipated substantial completion has been pushed out a little bit. Right now, we look to be substantially complete at the end of this month. I would say, give or take a week or two. And then have anticipated project closeout. We could probably still get that done in November. This slide shows, I guess, some progress of what was maybe a general scope. Right now, it says the unit ventilators are installed in every classroom at Meadow and Temple Hill, and in the pre-K wing only at Gidney. So Gidney, just to inform you, was only one wing that was to receive the new unit ventilators. It was the pre-K wing. These unit ventilators heat and cool at Gidney, and at Meadow and Temple, we were able to get everything moving. At this point, we have most of the units currently offer cooling. So that's that update. I think this slide was changed a little bit, but okay.
Want me to go back?
That's fine, that's fine. We'll keep it moving. So here are the Prop 5 Phase 1 change orders to date. There are a few proposed change orders for where there was tile found, asbestos tile found, or bare floors that needed new tile in the removal. As the unit ventilators were swapped out, the asbestos tile underneath had to be picked up. The new unit ventilators going into place were smaller than the old units, so there a little bit of new tile had to be placed around unit ventilators. There were some small change orders where there was pads located, and in order to coordinate it, there had to be some trees removed in like courtyards and stuff. So when these trees were removed, I think that was kind of covered under, was figuring out, maybe one of the stumps didn't make it, and we had to had the GC pull out a stump. The big change orders that were completed were for additional abatement work performed from the GC, and then there was electrical issues in the switchgear, which I don't know if you guys have been made aware of. Okay, so we'll move on from that, but we overcame that and were able to move ahead. So this slide shows the credits and work. These are some proposed credits we believe we were owed, and we're able to achieve some. I guess in the future change orders, we're gonna find credits for the general contractor. There was a pad moved closer to where to the school from where it was originally located, so we were able to obtain some credits for that, along with the material shortening for both the electrical contractor and mechanical contractor. There were some credits we earned from some mechanical stuff in the gym at Gidney. We moved from the Louvre, had to move locations. We saved some money there. And then this shows some potential change orders as well. at some of the other schools. So this shows the project scope. At the schools, we've showed these before, so I'm gonna kind of move through them. Here's some of the pictures of where we are to date. As you can see, we're missing a few little things, such as insulation on a few small pieces of pipe and fencing, but for the most part, we are connected, we're done. The RTUs are up, they're on, they're cooling. All the condensers in large have been connected and are working. These gyms, these are the air handlers in the gym. They're massive. They're in. The ductwork looks great. And you can see some of the progress, the hard work performed by everybody this summer. I mean, district included, everybody pitched in. So, sure.
So the Temple Hill switchgear, electrical switchgear is fine? All that's been taken care of, or?
So I believe we discussed that in executive session last time. We're happy to give you an update, but that couldn't be a public comment.
As far as Temple Hill, was the cafeteria space, the kitchen space included in the air conditioning?
Yes.
So that's been, that's up now?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So this is phase 2, electrical upgrades. We installed new switchgear at 3 schools, Bombville, Gardnertown, Fostertown. This has been substantially complete. We're punching out right now, so I'll give you the schedule, or do you want me to move ahead? Okay, we'll go ahead to the pictures. So here's the switchgear in place. It's been up, it's working. Bombville was outside. It was the one all the way on the right. Gardnertown, there was a lot of logistical planning getting that in, but we were able to swing that in, so we did a good job there. And then Fostertown was probably the breeze. It got done first and was able to go. So we're all kind of done here. It's just the last bit of fine tuning, punch listing, and closing out. And that brings us to the 2019 proposition bond budget. Do you want me to take this, Tom, or do we?
Sure.
Okay. So, moving here, I think just ahead is the key. So I'm just going to refer to the key real quick. So the green stars highlight the original bond construction numbers. So on the left side are those original construction bond numbers. And on the right, you'll see some blue. That represents estimates. Now, on this first slide here, we have some hard costs that came in from, I guess we use bids numbers there. So while we have all these projects in motion, some of these, the delta is higher than what we had originally estimated in 2019, or what the original CM estimated in 2019. Some of it is lower, but as we see, most of it's higher. Moving ahead here, some of the other projects too that we have. We've got, Fostertown, Gardnertown coming up, and some of the other is mechanical upgrades at Newburgh Free Academy, West, North, and South, and Horizons. So this is where we're at.
Yeah, so I think what this illustrates, if you can go back again, I think what this illustrates is that if we were to continue to complete every project, we would be $4.4 million over the 2019 proposition. So clearly, some of this work is going to have to be streamlined, and we're going to have to prioritize which work proceeds and what work may have to fall to a different project. So I just want to be clear with the board that that's what the numbers are telling us right now. Clearly, we haven't, some of the work hasn't even started, right? The work at South Middle School hasn't started, so you see a big pocket of money there that, kind of helps the rest of the program. So you got 16 million plus or minus there between what was scheduled and what was planned originally. And again, this is based on what the original proposition called for, divided by each building.
So just so I'm reading this right, for Valesgate, 4.583, original bond estimate comes in at 8.9. So the estimate or the final was double the estimate? Is that?
So if I could just provide a little context as a reminder to everybody, this was estimated back in 2018 by a previous construction manager. There were some challenges as we started working through it in 2022 to ensure that the full scope had actually been prepared for. And of course, in that intervening period of time, we also saw a significant amount of cost escalation. So you will see where some of those come in higher. There were several factors, including whether or not the full scope had been originally estimated, the inflationary factors that came with COVID, which were double to triple what we had seen previously, and then doing the full scope.
And I think the earlier budgets probably didn't truly contemplate that when you were going to add air conditioning to all your buildings, that you were going to have switch gear and major electrical upgrades. I don't think any of that was contemplated.
There's also been a lot of refrigerant
That's
changes.
understood. I mean, we're almost into a decade
Yep.
since we started this, so I'm really just seeing if I'm reading it correctly, because it kind of jumps off the page, some of these things, but,
Yeah.
we're into 8 years, 7 years, and understood. Thank you.
Grabbing it, am I grabbing it? What do you
I
want?
would just footnote that if the board remembers, we put forward the proposition for Fostertown and Gardnertown with the hopes of some clean energy money. And we are hoping to have a definitive response from NYSERDA about whether or not we've been accepted and awarded, hopefully in October. So we will bring you that update as we receive it.
That's everything. Is there any other questions?
No, thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Go ahead and move on to 1.02, the NFA phone tower.
As we all know, the NFA tower right now is being leased by AT&T. They have equipment there. We have a new company, T-Mobile, that is trying to buy that lease out and put their equipment on the tower. If you go here, these 2 pages show you the study that T-Mobile did there. They are currently working with the district lawyers to see if they can come up with a solution to AT&T to buy this lease, to put their equipment. The lease with AT&T expired, I believe, in 2031. So they are trying to buy that lease and put their equipment on our tower.
So does that mean AT&T will be removing their equipment? They won't be there any longer?
That part, I don't have the answer to it yet.
T-Mobile-
I think the AT&T equipment probably is going to stay there, and they're going to add to the tower.
Okay.
AT&T is paying us the lease, but they want to try to buy the lease and then negotiate with the district for their payment. That part of the contract, I don't have. They're working with our lawyers.
And do we have enough room for T-Mobile to come in and put their HUD in and put their equipment in, or there's space can?
The tower has plenty of equipment. Where the equipment is going to be right now, we might have to work with them because that's the driveway that go to the auto mechanic shop. I spoke with T-Mobile recently, and they're going to come back and change this drawing because the way that it currently is, that's 2 parking spaces that we will lose for the auto mechanic shop.
I guess my question is, are we going to have an auto mechanic shop in a year?
Well, we're moving the auto mechanic shop to the CT site. So when we move it, there'll be plenty of space there. Yes.
So is your opinion that we're okay moving forward with this, or?
Once we move to the CT site, yes. Now, if we don't relocate this equipment, or they can use, AT&T already have the generators, and most of the equipment is like double that. Depending on the negotiation with AT&T, it will come to the final resolution, but right now, until they work their part out, and again, I don't have that contract, I cannot give you an answer that. I do know that they are willing to move this equipment more closer to the other equipment, if they can buy that lease out for AT&T.
So your opinion is we wait for the move to CTE before they could?
That would be my opinion, yes.
Ms. Roaring, you concur with that, or?
If that is what Mr. Velez believes is necessary to be able to continue to operate what we're doing, then I would concur with that. He did note that they're willing to relocate some of the things that they have right now where they've placed them, which may allow, we may want to do that either way, honestly, for future use for the district.
And the financial impact of the district, these people pay for leasing the space or leasing the tower?
AT&T is paying the district right now for the lease to the tower. That amount, I don't know, because I didn't do that contract. But T-Mobile will absorb that and continue paying the district. Hopefully more, because there's more equipment up there.
Okay.
What kind of timeline are they looking at to get an answer from us or move in? Or, is it pushing it out a year for CTE, putting us in danger of losing, a contract with them?
Like I said, I don't have the information they're discussing with Ms. Margot May. Once I get that, I will talk to Kimberly and get back to you.
Okay. John?
I'm good, thank you.
And then lastly, we have 1.03, building and ground staffing.
This is something that you ask.
Go
So
exec.
let's start with your part first.
Well, I think at this time, we're going to go into executive session to discuss staffing.
Okay.
Is this a conversation about particular individuals?
Okay. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and go into executive session to talk about staffing for facilities.
We have to,
Actually, entertain a motion.
motion.
Thank you. We are back. Get a motion to conclude the facilities meeting.
Motion to adjourn.